What's up, YouTube? This is SSJ here, coming at you with a brand new video. It's been a hot minute, but let's get right into it. I just want to talk about this DCEU and kind of the Flash. So the DCEU, my relationship with the DCEU has been kind of rocky, but now looking back on it, I feel like the DCEU could have been better had some of the movies not failed and WB had not freaked out and decided to start switching things up. Let me explain. First, it was supposed to be like more so a Zack Snyder thing with Man of Steel, and it was supposed to be his thing, and then there was some behind the scenes drama, whether it was going to be his Justice League coming out with his dark story. And a lot of people at Warner Brothers didn't like that, which is understandable. But at the time being, we didn't know what we were going to get in the future, because I feel like everything that we've gotten from Man of Steel to BVS, even though I still don't like BVS to this day, I still liked certain things about it, like Ben Affleck's Batman. So Man of Steel, BVS, the terrible Justice League, and then we got some of the solo movies that should have came out before Justice League. That's where I think things started to mess up. During that time period, we were supposed to get a Flash movie. I don't know if anybody remembers, but the original plot for the Flash movie was that Cyborg was supposed to be in it. You know, the Ray Fisher Cyborg. He was supposed to be in that movie. And then not only that, Reverse Flash was supposed to be in this movie as well, with Thomas Wayne's Batman, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But because of all these different things and DC switching things up, that ended up not happening. So if you haven't already seen this movie, I guess you could say it's one of the better movies in the DCEU, but that's not saying much though, considering we only have 13, 14 films, when the Marvel Cinematic Universe has 23, 24, 25, something like that. So let's get into it. So the things that I liked about the Flash movie was just pretty much Batman. My brother and I are huge Batman fans, and Batman was mainly the reason why we were going to go and see this movie. Michael Keaton's Batman definitely stole the show. He was one of the better parts of the movie. I was very disappointed with Ben Affleck's Batman. A lot of people like to shit on Ben Affleck's Batman, but I think he's one of the better Batmans that just wasn't given a chance. How can you say he's the worst or the best if he didn't even get his own movie? Batman vs. Superman doesn't count, and neither does the Snyder Cut Justice League, because that's an ensemble film. So, also his suit sucked too. When people were talking about this movie before it came out, people were like, oh, cool, Ben Affleck Batman is going to wear a blue and gray suit like in the comics. Well, why does the suit look like some kind of honeycomb kind of armor? It just looked horrible. So Ben Affleck was barely in the movie. He didn't really do much. And then they made him act like an idiot when he got saved by Wonder Woman. The Flash, he had cool scenes here and there, but I just don't like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I never did, ever since Zack Snyder casted him in Batman vs. Superman to play the Flash and all his other subsequent appearances. So, and then we have two Barry Allens, which made it kind of annoying because we got two Ezra Millers that we got to worry about. And not only two, we got three because they decided to use an evil version of Barry rather than use the Reverse Flash. So this movie was just a mess. Certain scenes didn't look finished. The original plan was the movie was supposed to be based on Flashpoint, and it's basically nothing like Flashpoint. You got Supergirl instead of Superman. It's like a Supergirl that got captured by the government when she landed on Earth. Instead of Superman like in the Flashpoint comics. You got an old man, Michael Keaton Batman replacing Thomas Wayne's Batman. And then, the cameos. Some of the cameos were kind of cool to see, and then some other cameos just didn't look right. Nicolas Cage, I guess, was cool to see. I'm glad it was just a cameo, because I think Nicolas Cage is a horrible actor. So if he played Superman, he would have ruined it. So I'm glad that he actually got to play Superman for this little cameo. I don't think he said any lines. for some stupid reason, this is a spoiler, so if you haven't seen it, you can click off, but for some dumb reason, they give us the worst Batman that nobody liked as the worst Batman that nobody liked as the end credit scene. And I know that the original end credit scene was supposed to have Michael Keaton's Batman come to the courthouse to meet Barry with Sasha Calle's Supergirl, because she was supposed to be alive because she got killed off. She was supposed to be her, Michael Keaton's Batman, and Henry Cavill's Superman. There's like at least a few different shots, which I'll put in the video. There's at least a few different shots in this movie where you have Michael Keaton's Batman with Sasha Calle's Supergirl, or just those two. And then another one where it's just Sasha Calle's Supergirl with Henry Cavill's Superman and Michael Keaton Batman and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. So I don't know why they didn't just go all out and give us all of that just like as a final farewell, because if you ask me, this didn't really do much, and this was, if anything, it was more disrespectful, because we saw some of the Snyderverse characters like Alfred and Wonder Woman, Aquaman, but I mean, they were just there like high and by, and then we just kept on going with the story, which wasn't really all that interesting until, I want to say, when Michael Keaton's Batman showed up. When Barry Allen met him, there was some cool Justice League references here and there. Like he did the slow motion thing, like when Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne met Barry Allen in Justice League, he threw the Batarang and it was in slow motion. They kind of did the same parallel where they meet Michael Keaton's Batman and he tries to throw something at the Flash, and the Flash does like a slow motion thing, just like in the Justice League movie. So cool stuff like that. The Michael Shannon General Zod, I feel like he was wasted. Even he said that he was wasted, because, I mean, he even said that it feels like he was an action figure in the movie because he didn't really do much. But at the same time, I mean, you're not the main draw of the movie. And that's another question too. Why is General Zod here? Like, the DCEU, this WB and Warner Brothers doesn't make any sense, because if you're trying to get rid of this Snyderverse and you're still referencing it, it doesn't make any sense. So the movie flopped. I don't know if DC is going to do anything else good from here on out, but I'm not excited for anything else coming up with DC. I'll probably just stick to some of their solo stories, like whenever the Batman 2 comes out, because I like the first one. And we'll have to see what happens with this James Gunn Superman Legacy. And I really thought what was going to happen at the end of the Flash movie is that Flash would have went into the Speed Force, to try to go back in time, because he said that he has some things that he's got to figure out. And then when he comes out of the Speed Force at the end credit scene, he meets Batman or somebody like that. Let's say Ben Affleck Batman. I don't know why the hell it was George Clooney Batman. It should have been Ben Affleck, if not Michael Keaton. He comes out of the Speed Force and Batman's like, Flash, you look different. And then the Flash is like, yeah, I just figured some things out. Tell me not that would have been a better way to end off the Flash movie and have Ezra Miller recasted. That would have been perfect. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below. This is one of the first videos I'm doing to try to get back on this YouTube grind. And just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.